Man, I don't care nothing about no different teams moving. We trying to win, man. I don't care where we play.
Okay.
I don't care what conference, who we're playing against. We're trying to win. All this is about money. You know that. It's about a bag. Everybody's chasing a bag. Then you get mad at the players when they chase it. How's that? How do the grown-ups get mad at the players when they chasing it when the colleges are chasing it?
Yeah, that's true. I just
I
think
know that's true.
Couple more teams moving today, rumored. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, same teams are talking about us, right? Woo! Oh Lord, that was good.
I'm feeling this. I'm your professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, it's pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, you see the clip. Shout out to Coach Prime. It was only one win, folks. Let him play it out, cause he ain't a I won one game type of guy. He going for the gusto. He's a winner, not a win. So let him keep winning. You know, hope the best. But he's gonna do great. That's who he is. But I got to talk about this money and hypocrisy. See, people are having an issue with Prime because this is why they didn't want black coaches and black coaches who are former athletes to be head coaches, because they're not cool with just dogging out the black players. You see what I'm saying? So Prime is like, oh, see, if you can if you think about it, Prime is going to a big school. He went to a big school that's been doing terrible, and turn around a terrible big program that can make a lot of money, right? Coming from an HBCU, bringing a couple of HBCU players, right? And here's the problem. When he said, you know, this is about a bag, you know that, y'all here for, and the guy's like, yeah. So the problem is, everybody wants to make money off the kids, and then dog the kids for wanting to better themselves, right? So you got a bunch of grown, older men, you know, whether they be athletic directors, coaches, you know, analysts, the media in general, podcasters. Everybody's saying what these kids need to do, and they, you know, and when they do great, sometimes you praise them. But if they do great and you don't like them, you try to chuck them to the side like what they're doing doesn't exist. And on the top of that, if they do bad, you throw the book at them. The whole time you're making money off of them, right? And you're an adult. You know, this is what you're doing for a living. Making money off of teenagers, predominantly teenagers. You know, 17, 18, 19, depending on, you know, because when these kids 20, 21, normally, they about to be gone. So you always bringing in freshmen. So these are teenagers. They're coming in as teenagers. So when these kids want something, I'm giving you a chance. No, they putting food on your table. Stop it. You know, you driving a luxury car, and their family is trying to, you know, cash app and sell them money, you know, when things go awry. But they need to, you know, you really want it. You should be in the gym morning, noon, and night. And you should be going to class and getting that over with and going to the gym and putting in more work and more work and more work. And you went and bought a Rolex. There was a clip of a young man in Georgia. I forgot the name of the university just now. A young black man. He was a pitcher, I believe. So he videotaped his coach telling him why he's getting kicked off the team because his hair is too long. But he's black and his hair is too long. So he cut his hair to make it regulation, but his hair is still too long because the coach said so. But he said, wait, there's other players on the team that hair is longer than mine. And the coach said, you know, I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about you. Which, for y'all who don't know, he's a black pitcher, white coach. White coach might have promised a scholarship to somebody, wanted to give somebody else the scholarship. You know, he could have been a good student, so he could see, man, this guy's going to be, you know, he's going to be a pretty good student. He's going to graduate and become something. We got to figure out a way to get him out of here. That's all that is. He followed all the rules. He lied to him up top in the front, told him it was cool, and then changed on him at one particular, point, and then go, oh. It's just that. It's just, it doesn't matter. You're being insubordinate. And a lot of y'all don't get this is where all of this BS comes from. Money and hypocrisy. So there are a lot of young men who get their dreams crushed by coaches using them, schools using them. You get what I'm saying? And we like to talk about the booster stories. Oh, this guy got a lot of money there. Some of these dudes got a lot of money. But that ain't all of them. You gotta think about it. On the same team that they got somebody who boosters just gave a whole bunch of money to, there are people that they ain't give nothing to. See what I'm saying? So, whether you like it or not, it's money and hypocrisy. And as he said at the end of the clip, now people are going to the transfer portals, and the same coaches that was talking bad to him doing the exact same thing because somehow the coaches got to compete. Because the coaches never intended on competing. I'm at this big school. We win championships. Everybody needs to come here. But just like every dynasty, it breaks up. Not because of competition, but normally because of arrogance. Normally because you make a whole bunch of enemies while you're on the top, dissing people for no reason, just from being arrogant. And then they decide, you know what? I ain't going to you. I'll go to one. I'm gonna go to one of your rivals. I'm gonna go to a completely different conference. I'm gonna go somewhere else and shine. And then you start going, oh my goodness, because it's just as many kids as we like to talk about who went to college and messed up. There are a lot of kids who didn't go to colleges because the school was just out of pocket. So that goes into the equation of the money and hypocrisy. Now the interesting thing I got to talk about with Prime's situation, what he's talking, is the tone. The tone of the reporter when he said it's all about a bag. He's like, yeah, I know. He's like, I know you know. And that's the issue underlying everything is you got a bunch of adults trying to be the moral police when they're living a life basically in a scumbag fashion. And how dare you bring this to the light? We all know it exists, but why you got to say it publicly? All these coaches, I care about these kids. No, y'all don't. No, y'all don't. Y'all don't care. Y'all care about the ones who are balling, who sell tickets and jerseys and not just memorabilia, but merchandise. Cups. Commercials that they do. Everything that the revenue goes back to the school. But the minute they get $20 from somebody, oh my God. And then, I could bring the stark difference between Reggie Bush and Johnny Manziel because I made a video about it. See, they did a documentary on Johnny Manziel, wilding. He was white, he could do it. Reggie Bush, not so much. But if you listen to Lindell White old stories, Lindell White was getting paid too. Hey, nobody said nothing. He was, same school, same position. He just didn't win a Heisman. But that's the issue, the money and hypocrisy. So at the end of the day, and especially using football, because there is no one and done in football. You remember they stretched it out so you had to be there longer because I think it was like a 2-year rule and people could leave at like 19 technically. And people was doing it and it's like, oh, no. And they had the stories of the kids who were, the young men who were, say, they had to come back and then they got hurt. And for all y'all who don't realize it, that's why from time to time you might see a guy sit out a bowl game at the end of the year and the school saying he's being selfish. No, that kid breaks something and a draft stock plummets. The school ain't go, well, and go team. Then the same people in media in the school are gonna go, well, he shouldn't have did that. He was trying to be a good team player, but that was probably not smart. So, hypocritical. So these kids are learning from these adults that, hey, I got to take care of me because I know y'all won't because y'all taking care of you. Wow, you're talking this, we're family and we stick together and we're this and we're that. And that's why most of the time you see these young men, they leave and the ones that even go pro, you don't really see them repping their college like that. You get what I'm saying? They might come around on a championship game, but they not just, it's like, I got some stories. I like the place, but I got some stories. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of hypocrisy going on. So same thing. Before I go, when they asked Coach Prime, Coach Sanders, about him being a Knoll, Florida State Seminole, and he said, "Hey, I didn't graduate from Florida State. I graduated from Talladega. I graduated from HBCU." And people's like, "But you went to the." He's like, basically he went to Florida State. He was a Florida State Seminole. He just didn't graduate from Florida State. A lot of people that went to these colleges, if they left early, a lot of them didn't graduate from that college. If they graduated at all. They might have graduated from somewhere else. So did they sell tickets? Are they a legend on campus for the sports? Yeah, but they're not alumni. Just for the record, they're not alumni. And then it reverses because this is where you made money and this is where we made you famous, but you actually made us famous. Why can't you just give your undying love and affection? Did they give him their undying love and affection when he wanted to coach the Florida State Seminoles? No. They was like, no. So guess what? Hey, keep that same energy. It's hypocrisy. Plus they didn't want that standard that he was going to bring. That would have shook some things up. So everybody don't want to win, just for the record, y'all. And everybody doesn't want a black man heading them winning, just for the record. You can look at college history and see that. You can see that Notre Dame, Stanford. Check out when they get a black coach. If the black coach levels the ship or they start winning, he got to go. That's that. And I can even say that about Coach Sanders because he levels this ship. And they go, yeah. All of a sudden, he going to be, he's too honest. He's too this. He got to go. Watch. Just give it a couple years. He ain't going to trip, though. You're like, I already knew that. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.